Good evening, everybody. This is the second part of my presentation on J.M. Coetzee's novel Disgrace. The title of my presentation is Life and Times of J.M. Coetzee. J.M. Coetzee is the chronicler of apartheid and post-apartheid era South Africa. He is a South African novelist, a linguist, a translator, an essayist, and a critic. J.M. Coetzee or John Maxwell Coetzee was born on 9th February 1940 in Cape Town, South Africa. His father was a government lawyer who was dismissed from service because of his opposition to the Nationalist Party's legalization of apartheid in South Africa in 1948. When J.M. Coetzee was 8 years old, the family moved to the Coetzee family farm in Worcester in the Karoo region of South Africa. Though not of British descent, the family spoke in English at home. But J.M. Coetzee was bilingual and spoke Afrikaans with his relatives. His parents were Dutch Protestants. In South Africa, even the school system was segregated along linguistic lines for the whites. This was because of the difference between the English and the Dutch. So there were two educational streams for white students also. One was the English medium system and the other the Afrikaans-oriented system. Coetzee studied in the English medium stream and he claimed that he was a Catholic. Coetzee loved English literature. The family moved back to Cape Town in 1951 and Coetzee's father started a law firm. Coetzee's father's law firm was a failed venture and the family depended on his mother's meager income as a school teacher. This is Vera Coetzee, J.M. Coetzee's mother. She also was very interested in photography, and the other photo is that of David Coetzee, J.M. Coetzee's brother, who was a journalist. Coetzee was an avid photographer in his childhood, and throughout his childhood, he was perpetually trying to understand the various forms of segregation that characterized a life in apartheid-era South Africa. Coetzee recalls in his fictionalized autobiography, Boyhood, which was published in 1997, that photography helped him capture the arbitrary nature of apartheid and the lives of the colored people trapped in this vicious system. He recalls in Boyhood that he was burning with curiosity about the lives of the colored people. He wondered about their lifestyle, about their clothes, about their everyday existence. Through his camera, Coetzee looked at the lives of the colored farm workers working in the family farm in Worcester, and he was very curious, but he could never break the barriers and cross over to see what happened in the colored and black homes. Coetzee studied at schools in Cape Town and Worcester. He completed his BA in English from the University of Cape Town in 1960, and he also got a degree in mathematics from the same university in 1961. Coetzee intensely disliked apartheid. He was afraid of being conscripted into the nationalist military police, and he wanted to move away from the insular provincial life of rural South Africa. He also had the desire to become a writer. All these factors compelled him to move out of South Africa in 1962. He went to London and he worked as a computer programmer for IBM from 1962 to 1963. Meanwhile, he was also researching for his thesis on the English novelist Ford Madox Ford. Coetzee left his dull and routine job at IBM, submitted his thesis for his MA in English from University of Cape Town in 1963. Coetzee did not wish to remain in South Africa so he went back to London and resumed working as a computer programmer for International Computers. This was from 1964 to 1965. He describes this period as a period when he was neither a writer, a poet, nor an artist. He felt cold and frozen in London. But because he did not wish to go back to South Africa, he managed to remain in England. The years that he spent in England are described in the second part of his fictionalized autobiography, Youth. During this period, he experimented with computer-generated poetry and also did a bit of writing prose fiction. But this was not a very productive period. Coetzee left for America in 1965 under the Fulbright Exchange Program. He completed his PhD on the early fiction of Samuel Beckett from University of Texas, Austin. From 1968 to 1971, he served as assistant professor at State University of New York, Buffalo. His anti-apartheid stand also made him take an anti-war stand when he was in America. During this period, the Americans were involved in the Vietnam War, and Coetzee took part in the anti-Vietnam War protests with 45 other academics. He was arrested, and in 1971, charges against all the academics were dropped. Coetzee had been trying to acquire a permanent citizenship in the US from 1968 onwards. But because of his anti-Vietnam War stand, his request for permanent residence in the US was rejected. So he had to return to South Africa. In 1972, he joined the University of Cape Town as assistant professor. Meanwhile, he had also begun writing his first novel, Dusklands, which was published in 1974. He was in Cape Town University from 1972 to 2002, and he rose to the position of Professor Emeritus at Cape Town University. During this period, he also did a lot of translation work. He translated Afrikaans and Dutch literature as well as French and German literature. He was a visiting professor to all the prominent universities in the United States. He was a visiting professor at Stanford, Johns Hopkins University, and Harvard University. Meanwhile, he also kept on writing his novels. These are the major prizes and awards that Coetzee won for his various writings. He won the Booker Prize twice for 2 novels. The first one in 1983 was for Life and Times of Michael K. The second time he won it for Disgrace, which was in 1999. He is also a Nobel laureate. He won the Nobel Prize in 2003. Coetzee, the writer and the man. When we look at his body of work, it is proof enough that he is a prolific writer. He is an accomplished academic who has written a number of book reviews, numerous works of literary criticism, and many articles on censorship in literature. He is a very private and reclusive man who refuses to talk about his personal life or the craft of his writing. He refuses to discuss his novels. He says that once the novels have been written, they become a finished work, and he also approaches them as a reader. But a new work that he is writing is something that he keeps deeply private. He does not like discussing his novels. He has openly expressed his contempt for South Africa's policy of apartheid, and he has, with foresight and vision, commented on the impact of apartheid on the human beings who become a part of this vicious system. Coetzee has commented on South African literature that South African literature is a literature in bondage. It is a less than fully human literature. It is exactly the kind of literature you would expect people to write from prison. These are words from his acceptance speech for the Jerusalem Prize for Freedom of the Individual in Society, which he won in 1987. Coetzee has always been vocal about his rejection of the policy of apartheid. The next few slides present the covers of Coetzee's novels, most important novels. Dusklands, which was published in 1974 and is his first novel. The important features of his novels. Coetzee, in his novels, covers the impact of apartheid on the different races trapped in the vicious system. He places his characters in extremely hostile settings. He closely examines the human condition. His novels make us confront a raw and brutal reality. The characters that he has created in his novels do not attract empathy. They remain inscrutable and their motives remain unclear. With his lean and spare writing, he creates a brutal and stark world which can be extremely shocking. These are the themes of his novels: a focus on the callousness and indifference of the world, a deeply divisive society, the displacement of whites from their erstwhile influential position. Once upon a time, during the apartheid era, the whites used to have a superior position. But with the fall of apartheid era, the whites were reduced to non-entities and there was reverse racism, which was evident in the rampant violence, the lawlessness, and the very disturbing nature of the new world that was created with the departure of apartheid. In Coetzee's novels, readers come face to face with a very callous and indifferent world. And this callous and indifferent world is a consequence of the deeply divisive post-apartheid South African society. His novels capture everyday reality. They capture the displacement of the whites from the upper levels of social and politically powerful positions. They capture the petty and shallow behavior of the privileged people, the reverse racism of the colored people in post-apartheid South Africa. Some of these elements are very, very evident in his novel Disgrace. They also capture the deep distrust that exists between the different races that continue to live in South Africa. They capture the indifferent violence, the apathetic nature of people in South Africa. All these are aspects of the everyday reality of life in post-apartheid South Africa. Coetzee moved to Australia in 2002. He emigrated to Australia and he has never given any public reasons for leaving South Africa and moving to Australia. He lives in South Africa with his partner Dorothy Driver in Adelaide, South Australia, where he holds an honorary position at the University of Adelaide. His last work, which was published in 2019, is The Death of Jesus. This presentation gives you a brief biographical sketch of J.M. Coetzee. This concludes the second part of my presentation on J.M. Coetzee's novel Disgrace. In the third part of this presentation, I will be dealing with the novel Disgrace. Thank you.